My topic is process of fossilization. Before I introduce to the topic, let us first understand what is a fossil. Any remains that we get after digging the earth, which proves that that remain would belong to any organism which was living in the past, is known as a fossil. For example, a leaf twig, an insect, a shell covering, and a skeleton of a dinosaur. Then a question comes, who makes this beautiful thing? Now it is a nature which makes a fossil, but it is a fortunate event. It is a very difficult task to make a fossil by the nature. This process of making a fossil is known as a process of fossilization. But then there must be some places on the earth where this process takes place. A small inland lake, oceans, riverbeds are the best example and suitable places for the fossilization process. Let us take an example of a fish and understand that how fossilization occurs. A fish was living very happily in the ocean, enjoying every moment of life. But as days pass, it grows old and finally died. If there is no death, there is no fossil. Thus, death is the first step in the fossilization process. In the seawater, as we know, there are large number of organisms which feed on dead organic matter like bacteria, saprophytic fungi, etc. They feed on the body of the organism and slowly the body gets decomposed. This is the second step in the fossilization process. In this, the flesh of a fish gets decomposed fast, but a skeleton consisting of bones would remain as such. As we know, a bone is a hard structure which is made up of different types of minerals like calcium, magnesium, etc. Over a period of time, the body gets covered by a layer of sediment. A sediment is composed of a silt, fine clay particles, also water molecules and other minerals. Thus, the body is sinking to the bottom of a water, and then more and more layers of sediments are piled off, and then the fish skeleton gets completely covered by layers of sediments. As the layers piled off, the skeleton is under pressure, and because of this pressure the water molecules from the sediment comes out, and as a result of this there is a pressure on the skeleton and also on the bone minerals. As a result of this, if the water in the sediment is very rich in the mineral content, then there is a replacement. Calcium mineral from the bone is replaced by the calcium mineral present in the sediment. It occurs with the other mineral particle also, and hence the bone skeleton will remain as such. And then if the water molecules are coming out very rapidly, a sediment which was soft initially is now get converted into a rock. And finally, we know that there are certain procedure or natural phenomenon. For example, there are tide and other phenomenon like tsunamis which lead to the churning of different sedimentary layers, as a result of which this rock which is containing embedded fossil within it will come onto the top of the seashore. And a discoverer, actually a paleobotanist who is very much interested in getting a fossil, is happy to see this rock, because as the rock lies on the seashore, then there would be erosion and only a part of skeleton is exposed to the paleobotanist, and then he is very happy to see when he excavates this fossil nicely.